All right. Welcome everyone to our Travel PA 12th Zoom meeting. It's great to see your faces or your names if you don't show for your faces. Anyone who's joining us for the first time tonight, we host these virtual events at least twice a week on Zoom as a dedicated space to connect, talk about travel PA lifestyle, sharpen your mindset, and focus on wealth building. We have been doing for the past 3 consecutive weeks AI in your back office for 1099 and locums. And we have the amazing Addie here who is going to be taking it from here so that we can start because it is 8:07 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So let's start. Addie, thank you again for joining us. People should know you by now. All right, I guess we'll pick up where we left off.
All right, sure. So just a quick recap. My name's Addie. I've been doing this for the longest time. I might sound old. I am not that old, at least from my heart. But I've been through major technology shifts in our lives, and this AI masterclass was covering AI, which is, of course, the most important shift that humanity has seen. Now, just to recap, in the previous first two classes that we've done, we covered setting up Claude. We covered what you can do or use, what you can do with Claude on a day-to-day, managing your inbox, managing your files, managing your day-to-day calendar, all that good stuff, and automating a lot of stuff. Last class was really good. We covered how to manage your financial life, having Claude build up income and expense reports and building up your tax statement for you without lifting a finger, just throwing all those files into a folder. And I think we went on a few smaller things, which is analyzing your 1099 contracts or your W-2 contracts per state, finding out what applies to each state or whatnot, how you can be more informed when you talk to your attorneys or the vendors or the contractors you're about to work with. So that was pretty much what we covered in the first two classes. Today, we're going to cover some important and beautiful topics. One of them, the first one is a quick one where I'm going to just show you how QuickBooks has come up with an integrations to make your financial life even simpler. And then we're going to do one important thing, which is analyzing your social media, which all of us love to do. So that is going to be a comprehensive analysis on your LinkedIn, but you can use the same strategy to and take it to any social media content or platform. And we're also going to show you how Claude can run a Chrome browser for you and do things which you're just too lazy to do. And being the laziest guy in the room forever, I like Claude to do repetitive stuff, which I do not personally like to do, and stuff where you might spend hours, and I just ask Claude to do and walk away. And we're also gonna at the end look at two quick things, which is building and tracking your credentials. So as a PA, as under 1099 or W-2, Fedna told me last time there's a lot of pain that goes through licensing, credentials, renewals, and it kind of works through jobs and contracts. So we're going to show you how Claude can automate that process for you, send you reminders when something's up for renewal, to that point that if contract requires a specific credential or license, Claude can tell you how to get that in the most efficient way. And lastly, I'll introduce you to Claude Design. I'm pretty sure at some point you've done some little designs of your own for social media, for your own brand, or pretty much anything else. So we'll go through all of that hopefully in the next 15 minutes to an hour. So let's get kicking. All right.
Do it.
Let me share my screen. All right. Um, Fedna, you can see my screen now, right?
Yes. Are you
All right.
able to share? Did I give you the hosting
I
privilege?
think I turned it on. If you can see the my desktop, then we're good to go.
Yep, I can see it. I'll
All
still
right.
make you co-host though.
All right, perfect. Thank you. All right, so uh, from my previous sessions, we showed how to set up Claude on your desktop. So it doesn't need to be a Mac; it could be a Windows PC, either way around. This is what you see when you've installed Claude as a desktop app. And why do we do that? Just to recap, is because the desktop app is where the real work happens. The chat that you go and do on your website or through Claude.ai, that is a real big limitation. This is where most of the stuff that really matters happen. So we're gonna work within the Cloud desktop and start doing what we're here to do and what we love to do. All right. So first things, I want you to go into settings. In my case, it's organization settings because I have a company account, but nonetheless, you'll find this under settings and connectors. If you add a connector here and search for QuickBooks, if you use QuickBooks, so you can add that here. If you use Zero, you can add that here. If you use any of these platforms for accounting, PayPal, Carta. Some people use Carta for private capital, like any of the financial platforms that are available. For most of us, it's QuickBooks. So here's what you do. So you select QuickBooks and you click connect and add to your team. In your case, it'll be add to Claude. Once you add that, it'll ask you for your QuickBooks login, and then you're pretty much done. Now, why I wanted to provide an update on that is last week we discussed how to build your financial statements to send to your CPA or just get a gauge on where you are. With QuickBooks, if you use QuickBooks, you can analyze a lot of data. Show me how I can invest better. Show me how I can save better. Show me what are the most expenses I can claim on my returns, whether it's 1099, W-2. So the world is a limit, and you can query your QuickBooks account to kind of show you anything and everything. Even to the point, what questions do I ask my CPA to save taxes or pay no taxes? So that was just a quick update. Go ahead and leverage QuickBooks again within settings and connectors, and that's where you add it. Once you're done, fire away, test it out. If you have questions, please feel free to engage on our WhatsApp group at the Travel PA. I love to answer questions. Fedna is always there to help, and probably we can get something good out of it. Now, important thing is, as I mentioned earlier, let me pull my browser out. This is my LinkedIn page. I'm gonna take you to my LinkedIn page. How do you ask Claude to do social media analysis or browse your Chrome browser or a website for you or do stuff where there's no automation? So the basic idea behind that is, again, if you look at this down arrow button, and when you click that, it'll show you Chrome. I've already installed it, but if you click install, it'll take you to Chrome and then add an extension and then ask you to log in. So let me just
Hmm.
show you for what it matters. This is what comes up when you add. I've already added to Chrome, so I cannot do it again, but it's simple. Once you add it to Chrome, it'll ask you to log in with your Claude login. And this is what you see. You should be, if you open Claude, on your Chrome browser, this is what you should see, ready to type in commands. Now, Claude works two ways in the Chrome browser. You can pass on instructions within the browser, or you can pass on instructions on, let me start a new session, on your Claude cowork session and ask it to do stuff on your web browser with the pages you're logged in. For example, I'm just gonna quickly copy a prompt. Uh, and I promise this is not to show off my profile. My profile's not that great. But so coming back, this is a prompt I created, right? Everyone wants to do better on LinkedIn. So the basic prompt is, can you analyze my LinkedIn profile and tell me what I can do better? I run a marketing and brand company. I do turnkey software solutions, run AI master classes. Please analyze the following things for me. How good is my banner and messaging? How are my posts doing? What can I do better to attract clients? What can I do better to position myself as a thought leader? These are pretty much things every one of us wants to make our LinkedIn profile actually perform for us. Now, what
Addie,
I
let me just ask a question.
hmm,
So you have to be logged on the Chrome browser, like on your LinkedIn, for it to search, right?
yes.
Okay.
And the best way is to check that you've actually made a successful connection when you once you go here and click install is just ask Claude, can you connect to my Chrome browser?
And can this be for any browser, like if you use the Microsoft Edge?
It works with Chrome
Mm.
because Edge is pushing their own AI, so they don't want to connect with Claude.
All right, so I
Uh,
need to get rid, okay, because I'm always on Edge, so I got to get
Yeah, if you
rid of
connect
it.
to Chrome, this is going to be really a big time saver and really an amazing experience. Um, I asked, can you connect to my browser? It says yes. I see your browser. What do you want me to do in it? Now, get back to the
I
prompt.
see.
Fedna, you were saying something?
No, I'm just looking for Chrome on mine because it doesn't automatically come up, but I can do that later. It's fine.
Yeah, you can just install Chrome from search and simple as Google Chrome on Google. It'll be the first thing you see.
I see it. Connect Chrome on, yeah, this is on Claude. It came up finally.
Yeah.
Control Chrome. All right, cool. Let's move on
Okay.
then.
So now, the thing why I'm showing about LinkedIn, how to control LinkedIn, or in fact, showing that as a prime example of how to do stuff on websites which have no automation behind them. LinkedIn
Right.
is an example because not only it's useful for us, but Microsoft actively prohibits bots and other engines to automate stuff within LinkedIn. So you need something that can browse like a human, post like a human, study like a human. So LinkedIn's security features never catch you. And what I mean by that is I'm going to post this prompt and I'm just going to add, just to save some steps, I have logged into my profile on Chrome. So Claude immediately knows that's where we're heading. Otherwise, it'll ask you again. So now I just sit back and relax. It'll know that Chrome is connected. It'll know this is my profile open on LinkedIn. You can even paste a link. If you notice here, I didn't paste my profile link. I just said my profile is logged in. So it'll zoom whose profile it's working on. It'll ask you permission. That's the good part. It would not do anything without your permission. So now I'm going to show you a live feed of what's going on. If you look at this panel, Claude and Chrome, you see my LinkedIn browser. It is moving on to my profile. So these are live updates as you see what Claude is looking at. But if you go back to the browser itself, and let me see where my profile is. Yeah. So you can actually see in a moment that Claude is browsing for you, like scrolling down, taking pictures, analyzing your profile. And that is what I love because this automation can
It's
do pretty
live.
much
It's like a
anything.
live streaming.
Yeah, so it basically is browsing. If you see here,
Oh, browse.
Claude is
Okay.
debugging,
I
so
see what you mean.
it gets like a full-blown access
Okay.
to Claude. Now, this is not me browsing. This is Claude browsing. So if you see the page going up and down, this is all Claude.
It's pretty cool.
And we'll give it a second to analyze my page. My page is not that great as of this moment, but I'm trying to analyze my page because that'll bring out problems. Now, here's the thing. It does. I asked it to do a few things, but it went deeper. So it's saying the banner is long and clean, blah, blah, blah. Two problems. Now, this is where it gets interesting. The headline is clever but vague. Uh, it says, I'm doing a lot of too many things at once, so the messaging is unclear.
Mm.
Your text headline has the same tell, AI thought leader and educator is self-proclaimed. Now, these are small things which really matter because anytime I claim I'm a thought leader, that is self-proclamation, which people don't like. And why I analyze my profile is because I haven't worked on my profile for a long time. I've been helping others with their profiles using the same strategy. But if you go down, it also, within a matter of, I would say, a minute, under a minute, it checked all my posts since the last few months, which post did the best, which one I should keep working on, and which are the ones I should never write about. Then what to do to attract clients. Add one clear CTA with a booking link, turn on services, which apparently I didn't know until today morning that if you start scrolling, you have this option open to and provide services. Here you can actually add a ton of services that you offer so people can immediately know what you're into. And do more client result posts like I help surgeons do this, I help nurses do this, CRNAs do this, PAs do this. So stuff where I can clearly say these are results that we've delivered, and then what to do for better, getting better at thought leadership. Stop saying thought leader. That is the most funniest thing because I've seen that in the recent times that clients we work with, when they come out and say thought leader, their LinkedIn actually starts on a path of regression rather than going forward. Um, so the point of the matter is, within under a minute, it analyzes your entire LinkedIn profile and um, try to tell you what you can fix. Now, I am lazy. I don't want to do all of this. Like, it is boring. So, just to give you a quick example, somewhere here it says, where is that services thing? Okay, turn on services, open providing services, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to copy this and say, can you do this for me? And I'm going to, on a regular day, I'm just going to walk away from my computer, grab a cup of coffee or talk to a client. I can do this. So now it is clicking on open to. And I'm just going to show you how amazing this is. So it's going to go to provide services, add all the services that I offer or it recommends, add the descriptions, fill out the form, and publish for me. Now, this is a short thing I'm showing. I'm not doing anything. This is all Claude. If you ask it to do
Doing its own thing, huh?
everything that it just suggested, it's going to sit 20 minutes on your profile and get every bit of that thing done for you while you don't even focus on what it's doing. So this is the most amazing part when you're working with Claude and Chrome, and this is we're just touching the surface because if you can do this with LinkedIn, now imagine, and I tried this today morning. I had to fill a banking application for Plaid. We all know what Plaid is. It connects banks. And it was a long form, 36 questions describing a product, blah, blah, blah. I lost it within the time I reached the third question. So I said, why I'm not asking Claude to do it? So I said, Claude, I have this application open. You already know my brand. You know everything about me. If you're missing something, ask me, but fill out the damn form. It took Claude about 37 minutes to figure out all the information, but it submitted the whole application on its own. And 2 hours later, I got approved. Now, if you use that technology and capability and start applying for your licensing, certifications, what Claude can do is read your previous certifications, your licensing, if you have copies, and it can actually sit down and fill up applications for you. The best part is you do not need to risk it because in your careers, that part is important. You can ask it to fill out everything and wait for your approval to post. But that's going to save you hours. It can navigate through multiple pages. It can pretty much do everything except the last bit. So as we were talking, it has added all the services. It's going to end up adding about the description on my page and then go ahead and publish it. I'm going to take control now because it takes a little time, but And I can just pause it here, like, okay, stop, I'm done. We'll come back later and talk about it. Now, what I want, why I showed you this is, of course, LinkedIn, analyzing your LinkedIn profile. Now imagine use the same tool, go back to Instagram, go back to any other social media profile that you want to assess, ask it the same question, and it'll analyze it for you. The beauty is Claude knows what's different, what works within LinkedIn, what works within the other platforms, and it'll make the decision based off the platform you're analyzing. So plot in Chrome, use the information that I just showed you, use the technology, and do automated stuff. My wife uses this to find products on Amazon and get the best reviews, products with the best reviews. So, for example, we were looking for irrigation system, and there were millions of them on Amazon. I asked Claude that can you go to my Amazon and find me the best product? Here are my requirements. It should be a US made product. It should have 4.5 plus star reviews, and it should be in the market for at least 2 years plus. It found me two, and they were dead on the best recommendations that I could get from even my gardener. So save time on that even while shopping. Don't waste time on checking reviews, reading reviews. The best part is Claude can see between the lines. When it was analyzing Amazon products for me and it was checking out the reviews, it actually read all the reviews. It flagged one product which says it looks like the reviews are all AI because every consecutive fourth review is the same writing pattern. So I would
That's
avoid this product.
insane.
And I was like, damn, I would have never seen that because that product had 1,400 reviews. So stuff like that, I use Claude. Shopping, I use Claude. Research, I use Claude. Last time we talked about researching the companies that you're about to work with. Just ask Claude that I'm about to sign a contract or go into a job offer with this company. What can you tell me about it? We did this for one of our clients, and Claude was able to identify the hidden information that you generally do not see. Because it went back, checked out the BBB accreditation score, it checked out a lot of other things that we are not probably knowledgeable about, and then it gave me a rating. And that, believe it or not, the company said this is dead on right. So they actually built an automation just based on that for sending out hires. So it's a recruitment company, and now they are able to provide better information to the employees they're about to send off to hires. So that was cloud research, and I think going forward, if you apply this to your everyday use, you're going to save a lot of time, lot of time. Now, uh, let me pull up the page. All right, so credential tracker. Now, what I did last time, let me take you to the folder. I think, where did I keep it? I'm gonna look for that folder that we created last time. And I'm purposely trying to look for the folder. What if I can, right?
Hmm.
I have shit ton of files. I forgot. I don't know where the folder is. So I don't know the folder. I'm gonna ask Claude. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start a new session. I'm gonna say choose a folder because I don't remember where the folder is, and I'm gonna say search my drive. You know what? I had a AI session built last week and had a ton of document samples to show. I do not remember where the folder is. Can you find it? Simple prompt. I haven't given it a lot of thought. Let's see what it comes up with. So it has access to my iCloud Drive. It's going to go into the folder, search where the folder exists, and then from there on, we'll just start working within that folder. PA AI Masterclass demo pack. This is what we're using, and it has 4 samples. So I don't want to do anything. I'm just gonna start working from where I left off in what Claude found. So I have some credentials in there and probably some licenses. Can you build me a credential and licensing tracker? Forgive my mistakes. And help me keep track of um, upcoming renewals and and what else do we track, Fedna? Like, do we just track renewals?
Renewals, licenses, ACLS, BLS, and let me see what else. Also, CDS and DEA.
All right. So
Yeah.
we're just going to give it a simple prompt, but I'm going to give it an output what I want. So I want a Google Sheet. You can do a Google Sheet, you can do a Microsoft Excel tracker, or you can just get it in the prompt. For now, last time we tried Google Sheet, it took about 10 minutes. I would just say, give me the data here
Hmm.
so that we can build an Excel tracker later. All right. So since it knows the files, it's going to look through them. I didn't even tell it which folder that credentials might be, but it'll find out that O3 is credentialing. So it'll read your PDFs, it'll read your Word documents, it'll read your photos, doesn't matter what format they're in. And I have some BLS, ACLS, and all those credentials here. It's also looking, since we mentioned CDS, if it'll find it, otherwise it'll say, I don't have anything like that, but we can track it later. Now, while it does that, this is not a one-time process. You can take exactly the same prompt, and I'm going to show you how we automate this to check on a weekly basis, daily basis, monthly basis,
Monthly.
whatever works for you. But we'll do that because that happens in Claude Code. You do not need to have your computer on. It'll still run all the checks in the background. And you can take it further that if my renewal is coming up, email me about it or text me about it. Now, here's what it came up with. So several of the incoming PDFs are newer than the old tracker, and here's the registration. So ACLS, BLS, DEA, CDS not found, but current just renewed, schedule 2 to 5, and then other licenses and credentials on file, PA license, NCCPA. So it has built, found a
Yes,
structure,
everything.
everything. Now, now now things to flags. There's no CDS, of course. Near-term renewals are all freshly renewed and fine. What actually need attention in the next 30, 60 days is professional liability, practice agreement, and PLS. It found the days based on the dates on the certificates itself. So what you can do is take this prompt, go to Claude Code. There's a feature called routines, and you can build a routine which lives on the cloud,
Hmm.
doesn't live on your computer, so you don't need your computer on all time. And what do you need automated? So I'm going to first go here and click cloud. You can do local as well, but I prefer cloud. And I would say licensing tracker, paste the exact same prompt, and I would direct it to the folder. So usually what I suggest is you keep all these documents on a Google Drive because one, that'll be always synced to the cloud. You'll always have a backup, and then Claude can just read into your Google Drive without your computer being ever open. And that way you also always have the files accessible. So here I would remove everything because that's not needed. Only Google Drive is needed. And I would say schedule what times you want a daily check, you want a weekday check, you want a
Weekly or
weekly check.
monthly.
Identify a
Monthly would be
schedule.
good. Yeah.
Once you've done, you click create and you're set. This will live off your cloud. It'll keep you now. Let's go back here just to quickly show you, can you build me a, let's have some fun. Can you build me a PowerPoint? Because I think that is the fastest, because it works locally. So while it builds that, you can, somebody's trying to join. All right. So you can literally automate your entire credentialing system. It is asking me a bunch of questions. So do you want a summary? Do you want a master class demo that? Because I'm given that. I would say I want a full report. Or better yet, say you're pitching to a clinic where you're about to go apply for a 1099 or W-2 contract, right? I want to present this to a potential uh, job opportunity. Let's just say that. Now, I haven't given it any context, and I would say, what is the audience?
Mm.
Probable job opportunity. And what is the slide? Let's do medium. That's it. So now that you've said that I want this for a probable or potential job opportunity, it understands the context. You'll be blown away. It'll prep a pitch deck for you that, hey, I come in with these credentials already in place, blah, blah, blah. And you could have just added that this is in the state of this. I am coming from state of Georgia, and this is what I'm trying to achieve. It'll create the entire pitch deck for you. No, no.
This is good because usually you will get an email from the recruiter who handles credentials, and they'll
Okay.
like ask you for all these things. So credentials would have been another probable, thing that we could have ask it. Um, but I do want to see when you say something so general, everything that it will give you.
So, Fedna, while we wait for this, do me a favor.
Mhm.
Uh, I'll drop in.
Yeah, I
Let me
actually had
show
an
you
email
something
not too long ago.
amazing to that
Huh?
question that you just asked.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it probably in the chat, doesn't matter. Uh,
They will also ask for immunization, PPD, COVID, flu, like all these kind of things that they would ask. So
okay,
that's
so let me show you something amazing. If you could just
okay.
drop a one-liner email on that email address of mine, that could you share all your credentials for the upcoming job opportunity? I'm a recruiter. That's it. And let me show everyone present on this call how easy it is to create, attach, reply, and send that email off.
All right. Tell me again what you asking me to do. Send you an
Just ask
email?
me, like, act as a recruiter,
I
and you're
see.
about to hire me. Just
Okay.
send me a one line or two line email that to move forward, I need this from you.
I see. Oh, I can easily do that because I had an email about this today. So while you do that, I'm gonna send you an email. My computer is so slow, it's ridiculous.
Oh, take your time. This is probably going to take a minute, so we're fine. And I think what I realized after our first two classes is uh, credentials, financials, answering emails day in and day out. I think that is the
Hmm.
biggest operational part and hurdle at the same time for busy professionals like PAs, because most of the time they got to travel to the clinics or the hospitals, get the job done, come back, and they got little or no time
Yep.
left for managing all this.
Let me see. So I'm gonna just copy and paste what they sent me to
Yep,
the other
that
day
is
so you
totally
can
fine.
see.
Let's see how God responds to that. But we can definitely work with that.
Let me see. And we can use Georgia DEA. That's fine. State. All right. Just sent it to you.
All right, cool. So I also have my email live in my cloud because as we showed last time, I'm going to just quickly take you to connectors for people joining us for the first time. I have my Gmail, Google Calendar, Google Drive connected, and my business lives as a brand on Google Drive, Google email. So
Mhm.
uh, now while it is working, we're just going to let it finish. But I want to show you what happens if a request comes in for asking for your credentials, asking for files, asking for pretty much anything that receives that needs a response across multiple files or research or pulling up files and putting it into an email is just a pain, including the reply to the email itself. So I'm not going to do anything here. Once it's rendered, probably takes another 20 seconds. I'm going to ask Claude, can you check my email and see what I need to reply, and then let it pull Fedna's email out.
Yeah, that would definitely make my life easier. If you guys have any questions, please drop
Please.
it in the chat, or you can unmute yourself and ask too. But have you guys been implementing anything Addie has been teaching the past 3 weeks and find it useful and helpful?
So these are some of the slides that it's created. Uh, Fully credentialed and ready to onboard, 11 credentials, 100% licensing certifications, zero expired or lapsed credentials, 2 to 5 DEA. And if I'm looking at, let me see, where are the rest? So it's going to build me a full PowerPoint. I'm just browsing through the slides it has built so far.
And you can
Uh,
also ask it to make it like a document out of it too,
yeah,
right?
you can do a Word document, you can do
PDF. Yep.
Excel, PDFs. You can even do a web page. It'll self-publish and then you
Mm.
can share the link. So those are the outputs we can expect. Now, while it's working, I'm just probably going to give it a rest. Oh, let me see where the files are. All right. So while it compiles that into one presentation, I'm just going to pull up everything. So it pulled up the name, what is my credential, who am I? Then it pulled up all the slides where it's active, when it expires, what the IDs are, um, certifications tracker. Pretty much got all the information that you might need to send someone, and every renewal track with lead time. So yeah, some of the information you might want to share, some not, but it pretty much covered everything that you might need in a certain pitch. And of course, you can definitely change the pitch. Now, while it has done it, I can from here straight send it to Google Drive. I can show it in my local folder, or I can open it in your choice of software. So I have Keynote,
Mm.
but you might have PowerPoint. You can just open it there and edit yourself. So when I ask it to do a PowerPoint, it has not built JPEGs. Let me open it to just show you that. It is a ready to go editable PowerPoint. So you can
Interesting.
pretty much use any form of output that you want. Now, continuing this session, I would say I may have received an email asking for credentials.
Credentialing items. Yeah.
Yeah, can you help with a reply and attach what needs to be?
If Claude can do all of this because when you had another course, Addie, maybe a few months ago, we weren't able to connect to LinkedIn, and now we are.
Yep.
It's moving and progressing so fast. It's like if you don't implement the information now, you're just going to be behind because it's just going to be,
And not just behind. What I've started to see is the job description itself is not changing. Our lives are not changing. It is just that people who are leveraging the newer tools, they're
or
going to
ahead.
go ahead faster.
Yeah, okay.
Because while you get through your day, they would have gone through the day and be done in a few hours.
Mm.
For me personally, if you ask me, most of the heavy lifting during the day, I run three brands, I have a team, but most of that job is done by noon or 1 p.m. Then what is left is how many meetings I take on or what I need to do on my time. So that is, I think, the biggest elevator of how you live your life. Okay, what documents do you want me to attach? So I would say credential tracker deck. No, I don't want that. Malpractice, privileges
Uh,
letter.
yep, and that. Whatever standard, see what it comes
All
up.
right. And then what is the next question? Who is being sent to? Leave the recipient blank.
You
Oh,
can just
wait.
do a
It
draft.
says there's no email. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So I'm gonna see where that email went.
Let me make sure I
Oh,
sent
I
it.
did get the email.
I'm like, I know I sent it.
Yeah. Let me check something. Connectors. I want to just make sure. Yeah, it is connected. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, if you run into this is a good thing to know, and I'll give you the address. Instead of that, I'm going to say the email should be in my Google Mail. I want that reply to. Let's see what's going wrong, why it couldn't find my email. And I'm pretty sure once it finds the email, it'll know better what to attach. Oh, I think I know what I might have done. I was playing yesterday with my different email, so let me just jump on and fix that quick.
I did try adding more than one Gmail account. It
Yeah, it
didn't let
doesn't
me.
work, unfortunately, at this.
Yeah.
But I think that part is coming because I wrote
Oh.
a support request to Anthropic the other day. The only one line reply I got was stay tuned. So
Ah, I love that.
so something probably is coming. What I did connect. What just happened? All right.
I feel so much more organized after this.
Yeah, try it with your like give it your computer folder and ask it to organize everything. It is.
But I needed to start erasing things I don't answer to. I get them, these repetitive emails.
Yep.
I
All
wanted
right.
to start organizing and erasing.
Okay, two notes. Oh, it did find it. That was the email you sent, right?
Let me see.
No, no, no. It has not. It just try to provide a reply on its own. I connected the right Gmail
The only thing
search.
I didn't do is I just put like, we need your updated state license instead of like choosing a specific state.
Okay,
But
now
that
it's
still
working. It was
shouldn't make a
probably a
difference.
wrong email account.
Oh, you did.
Yep.
Let's do it.
A reminder. Okay, okay. So I know what might have happened. Let me try this. If you can connect, why does it need traveling PA?
Oh, I don't know because I used, yep, that's the one. It came from my other email though.
Yeah, but I got it in my email, so it shouldn't.
Yeah.
Um,
Is it responding to Michelle? Let me stop.
no, it should. The most automated thing it could do is respond back to you, which is going to be fine.
Yeah. Can it make the changes for LinkedIn
Yes.
for you so you don't have to do, man, that's a game changer.
No, you can just say, I like all this. Can you go ahead and do it? So it'll
It'll
take about,
automatically do it. That's
yeah,
amazing.
it'll take 15 minutes probably to go through your entire LinkedIn profile, but it'll make all the changes for you. So you don't need to sit down on your computer or probably do anything with that.
Amazing.
Was that your subject? Let's see. Okay, so it is saying that most of the things Fedna you asked for, there's no bachelor's diploma board certificate that I have in my folder, copy of your driver's license, professional photo, and a few things that are missing. But it says attach those, and I'll be happy to create an email address to Travel PA in your
Yep.
draft.
And the
Now,
professional photo is not something typical.
hmm,
They usually they may ask that in advance just for like ID and to have something on the agency's file.
hmm.
That's about it though.
Okay. So what I suggest, as I did earlier, is if you have a Google Drive where you store all of this, not only you have a backup, but you have a live sync, and you ask Claude to reply to your emails and attach those, it'll do it for you. The only thing it will not do for you is send that actual email before your approval. So you're covered in that. But long emails, long answers with a lot of things need to do. You just need to organize your life a little better, that everything stays in one place, which Claude has access to. One important security thing we talked about last time, because now we're dealing into going into the realm of private information. Probably some of your certificates might have your social security, last four digits, important information. What do you do with that? So since mine is a company account, I don't have that option. It's always secure. But if you go to your account settings and privacy, you'll have an option here on top which says do not train AI data on my data. So you turn that off, and Claude doesn't upload any of your data to its servers for training, for analysis, for assessment. And why I can now confidently say that is this past week we picked up a contract with a multi-million-dollar company who are governed by the rules of the federal government, and they want me to analyze 10,000 people's data and create a report.
That's crazy.
And they had me sign a huge ass contract that none of this goes out to the cloud. And I presented the idea of using Claude Enterprise, which I'm using, which does not upload that data, and they approved it. So they also trust that once you turn that setting off, your data is not going to the cloud. That's uh, uh, just a validation for me that if a security researcher at the federal government can approve that, then we're good to go. So please turn that setting off. Nonetheless, you don't need Claude to learn anything from you anyway. So why keep it on? So go into settings. Uh, in my case, it's organization, but you'll be in
Mhm.
just in settings, data and privacy. You'll have an option which says, do not use my data to train Claude. And let me see if I can just show you.
Just data, but it will still, train whatever you ask it to train, like your voice, your tone, but just the data, right?
Yeah, it won't send anything off to Claude. So here's the option. Help improve Claude. Allow the use of your chats and coding sessions to train and improve Anthropic models. Turn that off. Once you
Okay.
turn that off, you're golden. Nothing's going and leaving off your computer because everything that, anyways, this desktop app, which I'm showing you, does local. It does not send it to the cloud. The only information that goes to the cloud is how to analyze that data. So how Claude works in the background is that it'll take your files, analyze them locally, and then go back to its servers to ask, what should I do next? And then it'll come back and do it. But none of your data goes out. So it is always a good option to turn that off, no matter what you're doing, and keep going from there. Another interesting thing, and the last bit for today, I know we're close to time, is Claude Design. So in here
Mm.
at the bottom, you'll see Claude Design. Why this is cool is you can create slides, documents, animations, prototypes, pretty much anything that you need. And the best part is that it works way better when it comes to design than Claude itself because it's focused only on one thing, which is design. So I want you to create a LinkedIn post for me, and I'm not going to give any context, nothing. And in here, you'll see a design system. I haven't set up mine yet. It was on the other account. But what a design system essentially means is you've told Claude that this is what my brand, my personal brand looks like. Once you're set, you don't need to answer most of the questions. Since I do not have a design system, I'm going to use a cheat code, which is my website. So I'm gonna go here, post for me based off my website. And I
And you can
push.
say like your brand or your color, but once it sees your website, it sees your
Yep.
brand.
Yep. One additional thing that just launched with Cloud Code is you can go and scrape websites. So say you like something which is beautiful
Create
and
something
you want to
similar.
replicate that to your brand, pretty slick. Okay, now it's asking me some good questions. What do you want me to actually make a design graphic to a post? Just be the written post, or just a mock-up. So I'm going to do a 1200 by 1200 graphic, let's say promote the master class. What tone? Decide for me. I'm not sure. What should the post drive people to? Decide for me. I don't know. How many options? Let's do two, three variations and vibe. So do you want to match the website, minimal, bold, colorful? I already know my website, but let's do bold, colorful, see what it comes up with. Continue. Now you sit back, give it a couple of minutes, and it'll present you with tweakable options with the messaging. Remember, I didn't even tell what the post should be about. What it does is goes to your website, goes to your blog, goes to your newsletter, studies your brand tone, voice, colors, and then it kind of builds on top of that. So anytime you want to design something, uh, this is probably the best way you can save time and come up with really good professional looking results. If you're not last bit of information, if you have not noticed yet, I got data this past week that 48% of LinkedIn and social media posts are coming off Claude Design.
Of course it is. I can tell you that because some of these things I'm reading, I'm like, you don't even look like the kind of person that would say that. And then they have an AI photo. I'm like, yeah, y'all still need real human connection, but at least I think it's great from a networking standpoint because it at least get people to connect. But
Yep,
where the magic happens is when you get outside of the DM because you eventually
yep,
gonna meet with people on Zoom, on a phone call, or in person.
yep. And that is, I think, eventually we got to be careful how we use Claude to automate most of our stuff because it's going to start to sound
The same.
similar. it's going to start to sound AI, which we can control. We showed in the last class how to take Claude
Hmm.
to the next level by using your voice. So this is an interactive design workflow that it's building for me. I said bold colors, so it's still sticking to my logos and palettes, but it's just switching up things a little bit. It went on, fetched everything it could from my website. Remember, I have not given it any prompt of what I want to post. So it has built an entire set of LinkedIn posts, and then you can just comment and switch things. That hey, I don't want to like. Can you change the graphic? Can you change the image? Can you change a background photo or add something? And you can play around. But here's the cool part. I didn't lift a finger. I don't know graphics design per se. And I don't know how to build a 1200 by 1200 size graphic for LinkedIn or any other social media platform. So this is something that if y'all have time and you want to play around with, you we've come to a day and age where you necessarily do not need a graphic designer or outsource this kind of work just to make smaller things happen. Yeah, if you're going on a big marketing plan for your business or your LLC or something, you might need help because it is still work, but actually you don't need to.
Mm.
So that was Claude Design. We'll keep it running, but we kind of got the gist of it. To people who joined today for the first time, uh, and couldn't join the first two classes, what I'm going to do is tomorrow, all recordings of the three classes are going to be ready. They're going to be on my website and Fedna's WhatsApp. I will send you the link. I would appreciate if you have questions, you need help, or you generally have ideas or problems you want me to solve. Please post it in the WhatsApp group. I am, although you don't see me there, I'm in the group and I will respond to those questions and probably more than happy to help you out.
This has been amazing, Addie. Does anybody else have any more questions? Because we've been going hard for the past 3 weeks.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Just typing some stuff in. Um, so this will be email to everyone. And to find other resources, you can head over to my website, www.thetravelingpa.com, for free resources, pay resources, information about the community, and of course, share with anybody who will find this beneficial.
All right. Kimber, to your point, you just said you got to buy a new laptop. You
Hmm.
necessarily don't need to because none of this processing is local. The powerhouse resides on the cloud. So you can get started with it.
What's
It's
that?
but yeah, new laptop doesn't hurt. I know the amazing purchase and the feeling. So all right, perfect. And again, post it on WhatsApp if you need any help, any problem solving. Fedna knows I'm a problem solver, so I'll always.
Oh, he do. Love it.
All right, thank you, Fedna.
Thank you,
Back to you.
Addie. Thank you, everyone, for coming and enjoy the rest of your night. Bye bye.
All right, bye now.